shook U.S. immigration policy, an appeals court has now cleared the way for fast-track deportations to third countries, even without giving migrants a chance to argue safety concerns. Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, Just Immigration News. A major legal development has just reshaped the U.S. immigration landscape. A federal appeals court has lifted a previous block on a Trump-era policy that allows migrants to be deported quickly to third countries, even if those countries are not their place of origin. What the court decided. On Monday, a 2-to-1 panel from the First U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals in Boston sided with the government. The judges agreed to pause an earlier ruling that had declared the policy unlawful. This means the policy can now remain in effect, at least temporarily, while the legal battle continues. The original ruling, why it was blocked. Back in February, U.S. District Judge Brian Murphy struck down the policy. He argued that it violated migrants' due process rights. According to him, the rule could allow people to be deported rapidly, sometimes with little or no notice, to unfamiliar and potentially dangerous countries without a fair chance to object. Trump administration's defense. The government strongly disagreed with that decision, calling it fatally flawed. Officials argued that the ruling made it much harder to enforce immigration laws. They also emphasized that the Supreme Court had already stepped in twice before in this case, suggesting they were prepared to take it back there again if needed. Supreme Court's earlier role. In earlier stages, the U.S. Supreme Court had already lifted a similar block and even allowed deportations to proceed, including the controversial removal of migrants to South Sudan. This history played a key role in the appeals court's latest move. Inside the appeals court split. The decision wasn't unanimous. 2 judges supported the government's request to pause the lower court ruling, while 1 judge dissented, saying the policy should remain blocked to protect migrants' rights. The court has also promised a fast-track process, with arguments expected by mid-April. What the policy actually allows. Under this policy, migrants can be deported to countries not originally listed in their removal orders. Authorities can proceed if they claim the destination country is safe, or they give migrants very short notice, as little as 6 hours. Critics say this raises serious concerns about safety and fairness. Reaction from both sides. Immigration advocates expressed concern, saying the decision delays the restoration of due process protections for affected migrants. On the other hand, the Department of Homeland Security welcomed the ruling, saying it confirms their authority to remove individuals to countries willing to accept them. The legal battle continues. This case, DVD v. U.S. Department of Homeland Security, is far from over. With more hearings scheduled soon, the final outcome could have long-term consequences for U.S. immigration enforcement and migrant rights. Why this matters? At its core, this case is about balancing national enforcement powers with human rights protections. And as the legal fight moves forward, its impact could be felt by thousands of migrants facing uncertain futures. Please remember to like and subscribe so you don't miss future updates.